Hi, this is Mary Jo Ryder.
Hey, this is Mike Ritter.
Welcome to A Moment with M and MJ.
Hey, everybody. We just spent some time outside today, and it was glorious.
Yes.
It was just cool. It was neat being outside. You know, it's second day of spring. Yesterday was the first day of spring, so today's the second day of spring. We were out pulling some dead weeds out of the horse riding arena, and there's these doves calling and little birds chirping and everything, and our cat's following us around like a little dog, and it was just cool. I mean, you know, it was just peaceful and relaxing, and the air was fresh and clean, and you know, earlier in the year we talked about 20 things to do in 2022, and number 5 was get outside, especially in the wintertime. And I don't know, just for our own well-being, I think it really behooves us to just get outside and quit being cooped up.
Well, there's something about being in the fresh air. There's something about being, you know, if you can take a moment and you enjoy a campfire, so you can spend some time around the campfire, whether it's, you know, sometimes it's being you alone and sitting at a campfire and, you know, praying and talking to God. There's moments that you can utilize the outside and the fresh air.
Oh boy.
And it's just like, it's almost like you get more oxygen in your lungs, and then you get more oxygen in your blood, and your brain kind of responds differently.
Yeah.
And it's just they seem cleaner.
Definitely.
And I think you can sometimes hear God's voice in a way that is different than when you're inside.
Yeah. Yeah, just out with God and what he created in his creation, just hanging out with him. You know, Mary Jo looked up why fresh air is important, just to look at it from a health perspective, allowing plenty of clean, fresh air in your home. Okay, well, you know, open the windows and let the wind blow through. Yeah, absolutely. If it's not 20 below zero, because that's no fun.
Right.
But it will provide a boost to your health. Fresh air increases the amount of oxygen in your body, which supports white blood cells to function more efficiently. This helps to strengthen your immune system to fight off bacteria and illness more effectively. And you know what? We get to talking about that quite a bit, especially in the wintertime, you know. We're rarely sick. I mean, rarely. And we're outside, even when it's like 10, 15 below zero or whatever, we're outside every single day.
Yes, because most of you know we have horses.
Yeah.
And so they require our help and being fed and watered. And so it gives us a good push to be outside every day. And I do think it's amazing how much it does help your body.
Oh, totally. Totally. And you feel so much better. You know, I mean, granted, 20 below it's exhilarating, but you know, it's not kind of like anything I'd want to just choose to do just for fun. Just go outside when it's 20 below and go, oh, isn't that exhilarating? Wow. I think I just got a brain freeze from the air, man. It's just an ice cream headache just from breathing. But no, but it's, and we've made that observation a lot of how much healthier we feel just being outside, you know, even in and especially in the wintertime, you know. But we spend a lot of time outside in the summer and, you know, out working with the horses, baling hay, working outside, doing all this kind of thing. And I do think we have a lot more vitality.
I think it's been great. And so that was one, you know, we talked about getting some fresh air in our tips for 2022. So we thought we'd cover that tonight because we were just enjoying the spring.
Oh, it was so lovely.
And how like Mike said, the birds, and especially I like the doves.
Yes.
I just think they have
Mary Jo's favorite is the doves. And we've actually got two kinds of doves here. We have the mourning doves, which are very common. And then the European doves have a different call, and they're a little bit bigger, and they're colored just a little bit differently. And they've been coming around the past couple of years. We haven't heard them, you know, for a while. I don't think we've heard them at all, but now they're regular guests here, and we love listening to the birds and watching the birds and everything, and the grackles and the wed-winged blackbirds. Oops. Red-winged blackbirds are coming through, and they're one of my favorites. And the meadowlarks. I heard meadowlarks yesterday and today, so I was pretty happy about that.
So our thought for today is really to, like Mike said, to get a little bit away from what man has made and get to some nature as far as what God has made.
Just hang out with God.
And hang out with God. Spend some time where you are, have one of your secret places be outside in the fresh air or out in the outside where you're, God can show you things through.
Oh, totally.
Through so much out in nature. So that's our tip for today.
Yeah. And a freebie, if you go out for a little walk or you go out and sit outside, leave your phone in the house.
Oh, yeah. That's good advice.
Just leave it in the house. We go outside. If you try to call us and we're outside, you're going to get a voicemail and, leave us one or send us a text. You ain't going to get a reply right away because we leave the phone in the house. We're like, and it's a time to detach, because we're getting bombarded with so much stuff so constantly. It's just good for, your mind and your emotions too, and your spiritual well-being, just to get away from it all. Just put it down and say, you know what, I'm going to go out and hang out outside, just me and the Lord. I'm going to talk to him and we're going to just do that. And I like that. I kind of like being detached every now and again. So,
well, I think it's a good thing.
Yeah. And so one thing that we did too is we got pine trees. We've got pine trees in our shelter belt out there, and they've been shedding cones. And some of the cones that we find are just so perfect. I mean, they're just like the perfect little pine cone. And we're sitting there going, you know what? We can make something kind of cool with that.
I think we should look into it.
And if nothing else, just take a piece of wood and glue the pine cones on there and put your name on it or something like that and put it on the wall and say, hey, look, I made something cool with a pine cone.
Well, I think take the opportunities to look around at what God has made.
Yeah.
And what you can do to utilize those things for a little crafty thing or something fun to do that will, connect you with, maybe it'll even go into one of our other subjects that, to build with a relationship,
build a
because
relationship.
You can look at doing a small project with a friend or something and utilize that time.
Yeah, you could invite some of your some friends over with kids, and you could share time with them. And hey, look at what we found out in the shelter belt. You guys want to make something cool with that? Yeah, and we all just hang out and have fun.
That sounds like a good time.
It sounds like something to do.
Right.
Make a phone call. So anyway, folks, get outside and enjoy the beautiful weather. Enjoy the creation that God has given us to enjoy. He has given us richly all things to enjoy, and part of it's being outside. So let's do it.
Yes, and utilize that outside to get closer to God.
Amen. Amen. Well, thanks for joining us. We appreciate it very much. We love you, and we will see you next time around.
Good night.